In 46 days, one of the most powerful armies in the world ceased to exist. France had a bigger army than Germany, but surrendered in weeks, not years. Let's look at how this unfolded. For 8 months after Britain and France declared war on Germany, almost nothing happened. Soldiers sat in trenches, generals planned. The press called it the Phoney War. France felt safe. They had the Maginot Line, a steel and concrete wall stretching along the German border, over 3 million soldiers, British support, and more tanks than the Germans. At least, that's what they believed. But events would soon prove them wrong. Hitler had a bold, almost reckless plan. It would blindside everyone. May 10th, 1940. Germany attacks, but not where the Allies expect. Germany struck hard at the Netherlands and Belgium. Paratroopers fell, cities burned, Allies rushed north. That was the trick. While all eyes watched the north, Manstein sent the real attack through the impassable Ardennes forest. 3 German armored columns crossed the Ardennes faster than expected. By May 13th, they crossed the Meuse. By May 20th, they reached the Channel. Show the map. The German arrow cuts across northern France like a knife. Allied forces are now surrounded, trapped in the north. The Allied armies, British, French, Belgian, were cut off and surrounded. Their supply lines vanished. A trap had been sprung, and they were inside it. This is the climax of the story. Over 400,000 Allied soldiers were pushed back to a small port town on the northern coast of France, Dunkirk. It was chaos. German planes bombed the beaches. The harbor was half destroyed. There weren't nearly enough ships. Then something strange happened. Hitler ordered his tanks to halt their advance. For 3 days. We still don't fully know why. Maybe he trusted his air force to finish the job. Maybe his generals needed rest. But that pause gave the Allies a window. Britain launched Operation Dynamo on May 26th. The Royal Navy called for every available vessel. And ordinary people answered. Fishermen, weekend sailors, ferry operators. They sailed their small boats across the English Channel into a war zone. Over 9 days, 338,226 soldiers were rescued. British, French, Belgian. It was not a victory. Churchill said so himself. But it felt like one. Yet the war in France was far from over. With the British gone, Germans pushed south. The exhausted French army crumbled. Germans entered Paris on June 14th. The city fell without a fight. On June 22nd, France signed an armistice. Hitler demanded it happen in the same railway carriage where Germany surrendered in 1918. He was sending a message. And so, France was finished. In just 46 days. The French government split. Part of it fled to Britain to fight on, led by General Charles de Gaulle. The rest stayed, forming a government at Vichy that cooperated with Nazi Germany. The fall of France changed the entire course of the Second World War. It left Britain alone against Hitler, put the United States on notice, and proved that speed and boldness could shatter the strongest defenses, and that a brilliant plan means nothing if you underestimate your enemy. The soldiers pulled from those beaches at Dunkirk went on to fight in North Africa, Italy, and Normandy. Some of them returned to Paris in 1944. So, Dunkirk wasn't the end. It marked the beginning of a very long road back.